Hello people from Gunner Station, John here, making this video. I didn't have a lot of topics to make a video about today, so I decided to make a topic on left wingers that we could buy. I don't think it's an essential position for us to go and get a player, but I think it's still important for us. I would suggest us to get a player who's not expensive, but a player who can make an impact on the club. Well, I have some choices. Some of them might be good for you guys. Some of them, of course, a lot of you guys are going to disagree. So, well, first, let's start with one option that you guys, I think, in my opinion, would disagree a lot. I don't disagree as much because I think he's been one of Chelsea's best players this season, actually. I think Chelsea's best player this season being Kovacic, but I think he's up there as well. I think Willian, of course, he's on 120 gram a week for Chelsea. If he comes here, yeah. So first I will do this. If of course I'm not on the board. So if I had the chance, he's not my priority signing. I'm just giving you an idea. Don't get that wrong. And please, guys, subscribe to the channel, like the content. Please comment on the section below. I'll answer. Okay, so Willian. Well, for me, will come for free. That's some good thing. He's doing pretty decent for Chelsea, yeah, this season. Looks like the number 10 suited well for William since Hazard left. And it's something good in my opinion, yeah. It shows he can take responsibility because wearing the number 10 after, let's be honest, I think Chelsea had a legend with Hazard. Hazard became a Chelsea legend when P stayed the whole time there from 2013 to actually it was 2012 to 2019. And yeah, he became a Chelsea legend, and then it's pretty hard for you to go and wear the number 10 from a guy who did so much for them, yeah. And he did it, responsibility, and he did well, to be honest. A lot of people might look at the stats, oh, 5 goals, 5 assists on the season. I don't really agree with that. I think you gotta look more at the context. Willian is a player that we don't have. Of course, we have the young guys who have to develop, of course, but they don't develop by you playing them week in, week out. For example, same what happened to Reece Nelson this season. You put a lot of weight on the guy's back, and he's going to have to take the responsibility. Look what's going on with William Saliba now. I think it's very wrong what we're doing with them. I think we're putting all the weight on that guy, and if it flops, guess what? I would say that maybe Arsenal fans took they had a big responsibility on why he flopped, if he flops, of course. So yes, people, I hope he doesn't. I think he's a brilliant center back, young guy, but I just hope we stop doing that type of stuff. Now Willian, he's experienced already. Now Willian Saliba is 18 years old. Yeah, Willian, he would come here for free. I'd sign him on a 3-year deal, yeah. And if it doesn't work in the first year, he has those consistencies. Not the best for Willian. When he plays well, he looks like a world-class player. And of course, he's a right winger, but he can play left winger. And I actually think when he plays left wing, yeah, he plays better than when he plays right wing. When he plays right wing, I see a lot of games where he's not consistent. When he's on, for example, in the World Cup in 2018, all the games he played for Brazil on the right wing, he was absolutely garbage. And then when it came to left on against Mexico, yeah, that game against Mexico when Brazil won 2-0, he was absolutely perfect, and he played on the left wing. Neymar was doing more floating around, more playmaking, and he scored a goal, by the way. William, I think he had a goal and assist on that game, a goal and an assist, or maybe one assist, but he had a big impact on the game. Context, William was dribbling, William was making plays, William was making passes, William had an assist on the game, William was having direct involvement on the game. Yeah, I think when he played left wing, he does good. He has a long shot on him. He's still got pace. He's a different type of player we would have. He's a player who's going down the flanks and going to try to shoot or cross. It's interesting having a player who is experienced like William, yeah. So let's go for another player, people. And as I said, if it doesn't work the first year, we go. And I believe I would sell him after the first year. We can make some profit out of it and make some, as I said, make some profit. Second choice, I think second choice would be, in my opinion, Ryan Fraser, of course, same thing, would come for free. He's a similar player to Willian. He's not going to shoot so much and goal compared to Willian. Willian has a powerful shot. Ryan Fraser, not as much. He's a player who's actually going down the flanks, cross. Last season, Ryan Fraser was the second with most crosses in the league. If I'm not mistaken, Luca Digne from Everton was the first. Sorry if I'm wrong, guys. But he's that player who's going down the flanks, is going to try to cross it for you. His cross is decent. Had a really good season last season in terms of the team he was playing for. Yeah, he was the second guy with most assists, and I'm not saying stats are the only thing, as I said before about Willian. You gotta look at the context, but Fraser was actually a pretty decent player and then all around for Bournemouth last season, people. When you count with, I think this season, honestly, I think it's really unfair to Ryan Fraser, what Eddie Howe is doing with him. First, putting him on the right wing. He's not that good on the right wing, to be honest. At the beginning of the season, he was also playing a lot of games sick. So I don't really think it's that fair with him. Eddie Howe also goes and tells him to stop doing his preferred move, which is going down the flank and cross the ball. So he was having a lot of discussions with Eddie Howe this season. And when you go to last season, people, and you have two choices. You have the choice to play with Howe for your team, show your desire for the team, or don't try as much. And honestly, there's something that happens in football, people. You have the choice to either do it or not. Fraser, I believe he did not try what he could. So I think it would be a decent player over here. I don't think, as I said, it's fair to put all the responsibility on Gabriel Martinelli, although I think he should play as a striker, or Saka, for example. So I don't think it's that fair. 18-year-old, it's too much for me, people. Third choice, in my opinion, would be Justin Kluivert. Justin Kluivert from Roma. Of course, he's not doing that well this season, people, but it's really interesting what I think about this thing. A lot of people don't talk about it, but it's something I see, in my opinion. Well, something I see. When you go to Serie A, you don't see players who play on the wing standing out on that league. When you can think of players who are making an impact on the league, who do you think about? Alejandro Gomez from Atalanta. He plays center attacking mid. When you think of Cristiano Ronaldo, he's playing striker. When you think of Immobile, whatever you say, he plays striker. He's having a really good season. He plays striker. The players who have most impact on the season, on that league, are the players who are usually playing from the middle. Ilicic, for example, Atalanta, he plays striker. Zapata, Atalanta, he plays striker. Mkhitaryan, of course. Mkhitaryan is doing decent in that season. He's not playing on the wing. He's playing as a center attacking mid as well. So people, like, when you think of the good player, Milinkovic-Savic, when you think of Luis Alberto for Lazio, when you think of the good players, people, you're always going to see that a pattern that most of them are playing on the middle and not from the wings. When you think of players on the wings who went there, Justin Kluivert, yeah, big prospect. What's his name? Harvey Lozano from Mexico. What's going on with that guy? What is going on with him? Honestly, I cannot see it. Honestly, I can't. I think it's the reason why that is because the players don't have as much as freedom as they would have here in the Premier League. Premier League is fast tempo, which is a decent, very good game for wingers. You can also think of players like Cengiz Under, who also plays for Roma. Zaniolo, who plays on the wing. It doesn't quite work out. In the Premier League, yeah, you're going to have way more space. You're going to have way more counterattacks. Situation where you have 1v1 place, and that's something that happens a lot in the Premier League, as we all know. People look at the Liverpool wingers, yeah, and when you see in the Serie A, all the defenses are like they park the bus, literally they park the bus. So how do you expect a 21 Justin Kluivert, 24-year-old player, yeah, to come and just start to shrink? I'm not 24, you're close to your prime, but like, people, still, we gotta consider those facts, people. I think you gotta consider that. Honestly, I think in the Premier League, in the Bundesliga, whatever, they would be producing more than they are right now. In my opinion, I think it's just parking the bus football, which is really hard for wingers to play in that league. If you put Cristiano Ronaldo on the wing in that league, it's not going to work out, people. So I think that's a fair point, in my opinion. This fourth choice, That might be a little bit more unrealistic, but it would be a dream, at least in my opinion. Yeah. Well, I could also say Irving Lozano. I think he will be a decent one too. But a lot of people might disagree with this one as well. But I would say, what do you guys we think if we sold? It's just an idea, of course. If we sold Lacazette, and if Aubameyang doesn't sign, for me, if Aubameyang doesn't sign, he has to leave. People, we cannot lose one more player for free. Yeah. If Aubameyang doesn't sign, I'm sorry, you have to leave. And Lacazette, I wouldn't take that risk. Yeah. But I could keep him. I don't have a big problem with that, yeah, but it's just an idea. What about if we sell both of those players? We get an Edoha from Celtic. Of course, he's not proven yet. He's 22 or 21. He scored 27 goals this season. Yeah, he's a young guy. He's tall. His dribbling is absolutely crazy for a guy who's 6'2". Absolutely crazy. He can dribble like. He's a skillful player. He's strong. He's pretty fast. His finishing is pretty good. He's good at free kicks. It's incredible. It's incredible for a tall guy. In my opinion, it's very impressive. What about if we sell those two, yeah, Laka and Alba, and we go and fully try hard for Oliver Sane, who has 1 year left on his contract? Of course, Bayern is there. Bayern is going to try to sign the player. But what if we try to do that, people? It's just an idea. I'm not saying we can do that. I'm not deluded. I'm saying it's just an idea, people. Just an idea that I think on my mind. And honestly, people, well, that was the content for today. Just some ideas. Let me know in the comments below if you guys agree with that. If you guys don't, please, I'm going to interact with you guys. Go to the station. Thank you.